Today on the Savage Board Gaming channel, cherries lead to victory. So I just wanted to review another game of Wingspan. I'm on a pretty good streak right now of 7 victories in a row. I'm not playing a bunch of games. I'm playing one every couple of days or so. But I'm on a 7-game win streak, so I feel pretty good about how I'm playing. So I just wanted to review this game and basically give you an idea of some of the strategies I've been using recently to win here. So, all right, so we're looking at our opening hand. I'm trying to match it against what we have here. We have eggs in grassland, stone nests, birds in grassland, and total birds. So my goal in this setup is to hopefully get some points maybe off the first or second one, but really focus on those last two, because obviously we want a lot of birds in our grasslands since we're just playing basic Wingspan with no expansions. And total birds, I mean, playing as many birds as you can is a really good strategy, as long as you're not hurting your engine, right? So looking at my end game goals, I have birds that eat cherries, and I have birds with geography in their names, right? So let's go ahead and get started here. We'll go through what I have here. So since I have this set up, I'm going to focus on grabbing this American Robin if I can, as long as it's still there, to go with these 2 cards, and that will automatically get me up to my 3, but somebody took it, right? But this is also a good card. Don't know if I take it or not. Let me just see here. And this game is from a few days ago. Yep. This is just like having a second bird in this column, right? Or in this row, because you're just going to get a worm along with whatever food, so you're getting 2 for food, basically. And a lot of the birds I have need worms also, so it's a pretty good pickup. Let's look at my opponents. Green has a Cooper's Hawk. Blue has not played a bird yet, so let's see if they do that now. They play the American Robin, which is a pretty good card. It's hard to keep the tuck going though if you don't have a lot of cards initially. I was more about, let's get a bird in my forest row so that I can get more food, right? And then the tuck will come later once I have cards drawn, right? Plus it would have added to this goal, right? Play the Eastern Kingbird into the forest because I need to try to get some points off that first goal there. Okay. Green lays eggs. Normally it means they probably want to play a second bird in their forest. I played my yellow common threat. I know the importance of playing or getting as many cards early as we can, right? I don't want to be drawing that many cards in the last round if possible. So I'll try to focus on that. So green plays the downy woodpecker and the yellow rumped warbler, right? So pretty much they're going to have this, as long as they lay eggs, have this goal. So it's going to be hard for me to even take second place. So it's not the end of the world though. Like, go lay eggs. Nope. I'm going to draw. Oh, there we go. So I have another bird that has a cherry on it. I believe that's what they call them in the book. Call them berries too. So Nero plays chestnut colored longspur to get a second endgame goal scoring card. Okay, I lay my eggs. So I'm going to put out a second bird in my grasslands or in my forest. So I definitely want that blue-gray gnat catcher out there. So. Now, based on some of the cards I already have, I start thinking about, is it worth trying to get extra end game goals, right? So you need to know exactly what all the goals that are possibly in the deck, right? So if we look at this, right, I know I have started on a few that could possibly help me, right? I have Eastern and Mountain, right? So that's for the geography. I have Gray and Yellow for the photographer. I have Worms only. These only eat worms, so those help with that. So, I mean, you always need to keep in mind if you're gathering other things, it might be worth getting more endgame victory points from the endgame goals, right? I'm going to need to find that spreadsheet I had built earlier, which showed which birds connect to the most goals, basically. A little bit behind, but I'm not too worried about it right now. If I look at my opponents, right, I can come in second as long as Nero doesn't play another bird into their forest. Oh, I won it. Never mind. I lost track of what turn it was. So I came in second. I'll take the 1 point and be happy with it. So looking at these cards that I have in my hand, I got a lot of really good cards here. Chipping Sparrow. It's really good in the grasslands if I decide to play it there. I got another double worm food, right, for Bellsvaria. That only eats worms, right? I still got my cherries here. Looking over here, the ash-throated flycatcher also eats berries. It also lets me lay eggs on each of my cavity nests, so that might be an option. I always find that sometimes past me is smarter than current me, so just gonna grab food here. I know I'm gonna get food passively through this Eastern Kingbird, probably. You know, Nero needs to probably play a few unless they just decide not to put anything else in there. Definitely need to play this bush tit so that I have this here so I can at least qualify for it. Still gaining food though. All their birds are still in their forest. They have no diversity. Nobody's put anything in their water row. Like drawing cards is so important at the beginning of the game, along with food. Like you should always go for food and card draw at the beginning, then worry about the eggs later, right? You know, build a strong egg row starting at the end of round 2 and round 3, and then execute that egg row at the end of the game, right? In the last round. Unless you're playing with the powerful birds, that changes the whole calculus of everything. So you're just going to have to, if you get to one of those powerful birds, you're going to have to run your egg row a lot. So it becomes more about, do I have enough egg spaces available, right? So I play 2 cards because of the Mountain Bluebird. So I got 3 callers, 2 geography, right? So it's gonna make me definitely want to play this. Not that I probably wouldn't anyways, but I think sometimes if there's a better play out there, it might be worth it to not play this card. Fish Crow. I don't like this placement. Like, you want to have the eggs, right, to use that power. So probably putting it here is a better choice, because then you can just get food from your egg row and you don't need to run this as much, right? Take the ash-throated flycatcher. So look at that. I get another worm card, right? And then I see this card, which I love so much, especially with, if you get the Canadian Goose or the Sandhill Crane with this card, you can really wreck people. So it's really good, especially in these games where there's no powerful birds, right? Gives you food in the egg row, you know, stuff like that. We have 3 more turns. Nobody's actually put an egg on any of their stone nests. So I think I take the time to grab... Did somebody else grab that? Nero grabbed the towhee, but this red-cocked woodpecker came out. That's red-cockaded, sorry, woodpecker. So I'm going to grab it. It'll help me finish up my first gold card, and I have 2 other ones here. And then I grabbed the Cruellian. I think I grabbed that just because it's caller in its name, right? So if I play this, I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Colors. That will help me score there, plus the purple martin. I also have another worm only bird in my hand, so like you can see how I have lots of options, so I need to play one of these like ASAP, right? If no one's really gonna put a second bird out with stone nest, right? I really don't need to worry about this goal. I'll just put a egg on this, right, and tie with everybody. Okay, play the purple martin. So I got a good tuck engine going in my egg row. The other good thing about this bird is it's also a cavity nest, so it works well with this. So Nero finally put an egg on there, and a Promicos put an egg on their stone nest. So I probably should do that myself, right? Get the Tucka card. The California Quail was not really useful at this point in the game. I get this. It's also another cherry in case like I can't play one of the other ones, right? Because some of them are very expensive. I did tuck. Oh, I think I know why I did that. I tucked the crosstail, whatever it is, the big one that I had in my hand. The crosstail, I think it is, the one that's on the cover of the box. I tucked that one. Okay, round 3. Still need to finish this off. Birds and grasslands, so I'm definitely going to focus on getting that filled up. Play the red-cocked woodpecker. And look what I get. Birds that only eat worms. I'm already at 6. Here's a 7th, right? Or sorry, an 8 points, right? After this one. So it means I have 4. I'll have 4 of them out by the end of the game. I mean, this looks like a scary percentage, 9%. So a lot of people are worried about that, but sometimes you just fall into it, right? I also see the northern mockingbird out there right now. Because like I said, I played this a while ago. So I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, is it worth even getting that? And maybe run my egg row and pick it up by tucking a card, right? Because then I could really run this row a lot, right? With that there. I don't think I do that. So looking at our opponents, I'm really ahead in these races, right? These last 2 rounds. You know, Blues only has 4 birds out. You know, Green has 5. I have 7. Plus I have, you know, a few that I can play pretty easily, right? Gotta get some food because I'm not satisfied with just having this many birds. I want to lay more. Once again, putting food, producing birds in the food row is not ideal. This card in the egg row would be really good. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe they wanted to try something different, but it's really not ideal to do that, in my opinion. So, because the whole point of this game is to be more efficient, right? And you be more efficient by getting multiple things by running one row, right? So if I can get food and eggs at the same time, or food and cards, or eggs and cards, that's what you want to do. Like, you don't want to get food and more food, right? Like, this bird has to go here, so that's why I play it there. But like, this could go into grasslands, this could go into grasslands, and they could be running this and never have to take food action again. Okay, so I got plenty of food now. So what am I going to play? I probably play the Bell's Vario, I think, on my turn. Or maybe the Chirping Sparrow. So you'll notice I am behind right now. I'm not too concerned about it. I'll catch up with extra points here, right? And I have these 2 gold cards, which are worth a lot of points. This is going to be 7. This is 8 right now for me. So I'm not too worried about that. And I'm going to get more endgame goals. Now, they could be duds. I think I've mentioned in the past. WSBG 2023, I had 5 gold cards and I scored 2 points. And it cost me the game because I lost by like 2 points. If I could have got at least one of those goals working, would have been great. Okay, so I played the Bell's Vario. I took Ecologist, birds in your habitat with a fused bird. So I do want to play a few water birds now just to get some more points, or at least one more. If I only get 4 off of this, that's fine, right? Now I'm set up to play this, right? And gain a whole bunch of eggs all at one time, right? But I want to do that on my last turn if possible. Okay. So that will definitely go here in my water row, the turkey vulture. This is too expensive really to get out, even though it's worth 7 points. I'd rather just put this out and gain 2 off of it and be done with it. My opponents really aren't putting out a lot of birds, right? I mean, and I'm not saying that more birds always means more points, but it really helps a lot because you'll have more egg spots, right? You'll have more powers out there, you know? You'll have more powerful actions, right? So, like waiting till the last minute to put out a bunch of cards, it's not ideal. So I tuck the, what is that, I can't see it. If it would stop moving for 5 seconds, please. The, is that the brown-headed cowbird? Or is that the other one? Can't see it. Sorry, I'm trying to see it. Is it down below now? Oh, this is way at the beginning. It got rid of my... It got rid of this because I had zoomed in too much. Oh, I think it's the brown-headed cowbird. So... Alright, so green's turn. Just running their egg row, or their food row, to move that bird down into the egg row. Having a point engine up here is great early game, but bad late game, right? Because you get 2 points maybe off of this, but look, you're already getting 3 points off your eggs, right? As long as you have space for them. So, where like, ooh, there we go. Whereas my row, right, is giving me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? As long as I have space. Okay, last round. Pretty simple, I think, for me. Going to run or do turkey vulture, even though it's not the best option. Maybe I shouldn't have done it, but I felt like I was wasting. That end game goal, right? Of course, I could be wrong. Maybe I didn't do that. Maybe I played Corellian Wobbler, which is probably a better play, right? They're finally starting to play birds in their eggs row, but it's kind of too late. Like, if you don't have them there by the end of round 3, then you're just wasting chances to run this row. So I played the ash-throated flycatcher to fill up the row. I laid a whole bunch of eggs. Laid 6 eggs, right? Because of that. So that was basically a 10-point bird minus 2 eggs, so 8 points, right? So it took 2 eggs to play them. They're still running their food row. I mean, once again, you're getting more points by doing this. So I don't know. I really don't. I mean, that's what you have to really determine, like what's giving me the most points, right? So this probably wouldn't give me the most points, so maybe I make a mistake if I play that. I don't think I do. I think I actually just play Corellian Warbler here. Nope, I lay eggs. I tucked the Corellian Warbler. Interesting. Why did I do that? Maybe I felt like I couldn't play it, but I had the stuff for it, right? Maybe I just didn't want the randomness because, I mean, it's I think it's a 4-point bird, right? So it would be 2 points plus maybe 3 or 4 points. So it would only been 6, where I'm getting more points by running eggs, I guess. So maybe I'm actually buying into my philosophy here of do what gets you the most points. I'll lay eggs again, I guess, here. Yep. Ooh, and I get a wood stork. And I tuck it. So remember how far behind I was before? Look, I've already equaled Apramaco's score. So, and he's actually they're actually ahead of me, right? So I'm actually like in the lead right now, basically. So the only problem with laying eggs so many times is you have to start calculating how many egg spaces do you have left, right? So I have 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9 more spaces, right? So can I run 5 eggs twice? No. But it might just be worth it just for these tucks, right? So yep, tuck that. Then this pops up. This is probably a bad play that I do coming up here. I remember this. I was like, oh, I could place this down here. It'll be worth maybe 4 points, depending on what card I draw, right? And 2 points here, right? So 6 points. It's pretty comparable to this, right? If I can only lay 4, 5, 6, 7, so 6 and 7, you know, pretty close. And I know this is speculative, but I didn't think I didn't have enough spaces for all the eggs anyways, right? So I play this bird, right? I have to have played it. Yeah, there we go. Then I get bowl nest, which gives me 4 more, so I got 4 and 4. So like I said, I lost a point there maybe, but I didn't think I could lay all my eggs anyway, so it was pretty much even. So I think I could have only gotten 7. So, but there was a chance I could have got like flopped an 8, right? Based on the cards I had played, right? Because I have ash throated, right? So that's, you know, ash is a color, right? Or not? No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is, right? It's gonna take away from me here. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 photography, right? I had 2 anatomy. But here's where I really won, was these bonus cards, right? I scored 100 points, so even. Yeah, let's just think this through. So, like, what could I've drawn, right? Like I said, I had photographer, right, which would have been worth 6 points, I believe. I don't have the card in front of me, obviously. I had geography, 1, 2, 3. So that would have been 3 points if I would have flopped it. And I only have 2 body parts, right? But because I have 2 of these nests, right, it makes it so that any of these cards for nests are pretty much viable for me, right? It would have been better if I would have did cavity, though, because I would have had 6. But bowl nest, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, yeah, I think sometimes, depending on what you have out here, it's worth just doing this, right? Especially if it's almost going to be equal. Because I'm gaining 2 from this card. Lost 1 from the egg that I had to pay to play it. And then, on average, you know, endgame scoring cards should give you like 3 to 4 points if they are successful. So, but yep. So there's another game of Wingspan. I think the takeaways is you can't just build in one. Like, you got to spread out a little bit. Like, both my opponents only had like this before the like end round, right? Like, I think maybe Nero had played this, but still, by the time they had played this, it was way too late. You're not playing towards the end, these round goals, right? Like, when I see this, I know I want to build birds in my grasslands. Like, but they were just building in forest. They were like, this could have been played here, right? This could have been played here. And they might have beat me for this one, right? Or tied me. Plus, they would have laid way more eggs, right? So, I don't know. But, yep, there's Wingspan for you. Like I said, hopefully my winning streak continues. Probably going to play again here in a few days. I just don't want to play one game over and over and over again right now. We're coming to the end of the arena season. So, 6 days to go. I'm going to occasionally play Heat. I know my Heat videos are pretty popular. So I'll probably play another arena game here soon. I might even try the oh no, that's not what I want to do. The expansion, right? So I've never played with the expansion. Maybe I'll read up on how to play it and give it a shot. I can't play it. So there's it's because it's arena. Duh. Oops. Play, right? So like heavy rain, right? So maybe I'll give that a shot. Maybe we'll do some videos on that for strategy on how to, you know, play with some of the cards from that and tracks, right? But if you like this content, please, you know, like and subscribe, leave comments, you know. If you're a Wingspan expert, I will take any advice you can give me. Even though I think I'm doing pretty good on my own, I'm never in the belief that I am the greatest at any of these games. So I just think I'm pretty good at some of them. So, but once again, thank you for watching. And it is actually New Year's Eve at the time of this recording. So hopefully everybody has a happy New Year's. And I'll see you later.